This came out 2 days ago, so
Vice City, modeled on Miami, and San Andreas, modeled on San Francisco. These three locations were not just backdrops for a top-down crime game. They became the geographic DNA of the entire franchise. Every mainline GTA game released in the 25 years since has been set in one of these three regions, or their surrounding failed. GTA 2, released in 1999, is the one outlier in the entire series. It was set in a place called Anywhere City, a deliberately unnamed, futuristic, generic urban environment with no connection to any real American location.
what about London?
The setting was intentionally abstract, leaning into a dystopian that's already recognized.
What about London?
Fictionalized form, the London expansion, and why it was never repeated. Between 1999 and 2000, Rockstar released two expansion packs set in London, GTA London 1969 and GTA London 1961. These are the only entries in the entire franchise ever set outside the United States. The London setting gave Rockstar a distinct visual identity and a different cultural tone, but it was never revisited. No sequel, no follow-up, no return to European soil. The reason, as later confirmed by former Rockstar technical director Avi Vermeij, comes down to audience familiarity and financial risk, something that became increasingly important as budgets scaled into the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Come on, just go to London so we can still bus.
Era locks in the pattern. 2001 is where the modern GTA began.
Come on, we should go back to London so I can still double decker bus in a London taxi.
To European soil became increasingly important as budgets scaled into the hundreds of millions of dollars. The three-dimensional era locks in the pattern. 2001 is where the modern GTA begins. GTA 3 launched in October 2001 and dropped players into a fully three-dimensional Liberty City built on New York. It was the first open-world GTA in 3 dimensions, and it changed the structure of the entire industry. The city was dense, vertical, and gritty, split across 3 islands that represented different boroughs and social classes. The game sold over 14 million copies and established the template every open-world game would follow for the next decade. 1 year later, in 2002, Rockstar released GTA Vice City. Rather than returning to Liberty City, they moved to their second founding location, Miami. The game was set in the 1980s, and that decade gave Rockstar an entirely different visual language. Neon signs, pastel suits, Art Deco architecture, and a soundtrack built from the biggest songs of that era. Vice City sold over 17 million copies and proved that changing the location and time period could make a GTA game feel like a
Come on, let's go back to London.
experience. Even running on the same engine, 2004 brought GTA San Andreas, and this is where Rockstar became genuinely ambitious with geography. Instead of a single city, they built an entire fictional state containing 3 separate urban areas. Los Santos, based on Los Angeles, San Fierro, based on San Francisco, and Las Venturas, based on Las Vegas. San Andreas also included vast stretches of desert, farmland, and mountain range in early 1990s California. It sold over 27 million copies on the PlayStation 2 alone, making it the best-selling game on that platform. The handheld games reinforce the same pattern. The mainline console releases are the most discussed, but the handheld entries follow the exact same geographic logic. GTA Liberty City Stories, released in 2005, returned to Liberty.
You ever seen it?
GTA Vice City Stories, released in 2006, returned to Vice City.
You never seen them?
Chinatown Wars, released in 2009, was also set in Liberty City.
Never seen it.
These games invented a new city. All of them returned to the 3 founding locations. This is not coincidence. Even when Rockstar was developing smaller, lower-budget titles for portable platforms, the creative and commercial logic of staying in familiar cities held firm. Rockstar seriously considered leaving America. In the mid-2000s, while GTA was at the peak of its cultural dominance, Rockstar was internal for GTA titles. The studio had serious discussions about setting GTA games outside the United States entirely. The cities under consideration included Rio de Janeiro, Moscow, Istanbul, and Tokyo. Tokyo came the closest to actually happening. A separate Japanese games outside the United States entirely. The cities under consideration included Rio de Janeiro, Moscow, Istanbul, and Tokyo.
Okay, so Rio de Janeiro, that was in Fast and Furious 5 and 10. Moscow, okay, so we have Rio de Janeiro, South America. Moscow. Istanbul is Turkey, which I don't think we go to Turkey. And Tokyo, Japan. Now you see here, where are we going right now? Oh yeah, that's right. Right now, Forza Horizon number 6 is going to be based in Tokyo, but I think Rio de Janeiro would have worked, or Tokyo or Moscow would have worked, but not Turkey, not Turkey. Come on, even London would have worked.
Tokyo came the closest to actually happening. A separate former Japanese studio was in discussions to take Rockstar's engine and codebase and develop a full GTA game set in the city. The concept and a production plan existed, it never reached full development. Vermeij explained why on his personal blog. As production budgets grew larger with each generation, Los Angeles and Miami sits at the center of Western popular culture. People across the
They need
world
Chicago or Detroit.
image of those cities, built from decades of films, music, and television, even if they have never visited. That pre-existing familiarity makes the audience's connection to the game faster and deeper. A city like Istanbul or Tokyo does not carry the same instant cultural weight for a
Tokyo
global
does.
audience. When hundreds of millions of dollars are at stake, familiarity is not just a
Tokyo would work.
it is a financial strategy. GTA 4 and the Return to New York, 2008. Rockstar returned to Liberty City with a GTA 4, but this was not the same city from 2001. The entire map was rebuilt from scratch using the new Rage engine. With
I gotta do a thing. I gotta check something real quick here. Ow, 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 ow. I hurt.
level of architectural and atmospheric detail that had no precedent in open world games at that point. The story followed Niko Bellic, an Eastern European immigrant arriving in America with the belief that the country could offer him something better than the life he left behind. That immigrant perspective gave Liberty City a completely different cultural weight than GTA. The city felt oppressive, exhausting, and
Hello.
at the same time. GTA 4 sold over 25 million copies and won numerous Game of the Year awards. It is still considered one of the most technically and narratively ambitious entries in the franchise. GTA 5 and the Return to Los Santos. 5 years later, in 2000, of the surrounding California countryside, including desert highways, mountain ranges, and rural towns. The game told its story through 3 playable protagonists simultaneously, a structural innovation no open-world game had attempted at that scale. GTA 5 went on to sell over 210 million copies across multiple platform generations, making it the best-selling entertainment product in recorded history. It also launched GTA Online, a multiplayer platform that Rockstar has actively updated and expanded for over 11 years. That longevity on a single map is directly relevant to understanding why the location of GTA 6 carries so much commercial weight. GTA 6 and the construction of an entire state. GTA 6 is confirmed for release on November 19th, 2026. The setting is Vice City, returning to Miami for the first time since 2002. But the scope goes far beyond a single city. Rockstar is building Leonida, a fictionalized version of the entire state of Florida. The confirmed map includes the Miami metropolitan area, the Florida Keys, the Everglades, and multiple smaller cities and towns spread across the state. The scale is significantly larger than anything Rockstar has built before. The game introduces Lucia as the franchise's first female playable protagonist in a mainline entry. She is paired with a male character named Jason, and their dynamic has been described as a modern Bonnie and Clyde structure. Its retirement communities, its Latin American cultural influence, its history of high-profile crime, and its genuinely unique natural environment. Rockstar sent physical teams to Florida to photograph real locations in person. Research has been traced back to as early as 2015, years before most observers assumed development had even begun. Each city reflects the era it was made in. One detail the pattern reveals when examined closely is that Rockstar does not just pick cities. They pick cities that reflect what that cultural moment in America looks like. Vice City in 2002 used the 1980s as a lens for excess, greed, and unchecked ambition. Themes that resonated in the post-dot-com boom era when it was released. GTA 4 in 2008 used a post-September 11th New York, heavy with surveillance, economic anxiety, and broken promises of the American dream. Themes that directly mirrored the financial crisis happening at the time of its release. GTA 5 in 2013 used Los Angeles to dissect celebrity culture, social media,